Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Phantom Brigade. Here we see the picturesque life of a remote village and some big, tasty robots. Look at these bad boy designs. Ain't they just beautiful? So this is a fascinating turn-based strategy game.
So early today, Lieutenant, but we'll have to cut our checks short.
This,
We've lost the town comms last night.
imagine a cross between, like, if you've seen any of those, like, counterterrorism type games, like, Door Kickers or Breach and Clear, that kind of, that style of gameplay with the turns executed simultaneously. Excuse me, I had a little hiccup. It's kind of the gameplay's like that, but with the overworld elements of something like XCOM, and then the mech building system, or like things like the salvage system, and a lot of the designs and weapon types are more reminiscent of MechWarrior. And I am enamored with this. So we can select our unit. We can open their action list. We can set him to run. So this is going to show us where he's going to run. He's going to run over there. We are going to run over here. So you set your moves, and then you execute your plan.
I'm still installing the prototype in my rig, so don't hog all the action till I catch up.
Yes, it's not the most exciting test run of our new tech, but we've got people here counting on us, so let's move out.
I will show you the I will show you these tutorials because they do explain a lot of the systems. I kind of considered skipping the tutorials and explaining them to you myself, but especially when I'm trying to show off something, I try and show it off in a way where you can get the full sort of experience of what the start of the game goes like.
I'll move to scout one side of the tower.
So he's going to run along here.
You should be able to see where I'm moving and flank the opposite side.
So that's the other big thing. Is so in universe we have a prediction system. And so we have a 5-second timeline, so I can see where everybody's going to be and what they are all going to do across those next 5 seconds, and I can plan my movements in accordance with that. So I can wait, and that does turn out to be weirdly important sometimes when you're trying to time out movements. It turns into a whole thing. Let's give myself a thumbnail here.
And no transponder. What the hell? Is this some surprise?
So we are we're doing a little test on these mechs. And an unmarked non-cooperative tank has just popped up.
HQ, confirm, over. Lieutenant, I'm getting a heat signature from the tank's power core. Check your prototype. If that tank even twitches, cripple it.
All right. So there's this tank, right? So we can see it is going to move forward, and it's going to fire. So the tank's moving forward. He's moving backward. It'll fire at him, and its shot will be partially interrupted, I think, by that comms tower. And it's going to run down there, and then it's going to collide with him. That's what that yellow dome indicates. So the path includes a collision with another foreign body. So we are going to move our happy little ass up here. And then once we get there, we're going to shoot at the tank. So I can target either it there, but it'll show me where it's going to be at the time the attack goes off. And you can stack attacks too. So the plan is going to turn out, he's going to run around the back of the comms tower. We're going to run up on the flank. He's going to be under fire from the tank at that point, and then we're going to stop, turn around, and just blast into its side armor. Then it's going to hit him. So that's how this is going to go. We run up here, open fire, and it never got the chance to collide with him because it blew up.
What? I'm picking up multiple targets from the north.
Uh-oh.
My God, this can't
We've got badmans from the north. As a diehard southern boy, baddies coming from the north is always something I'm concerned with. New contacts are out of range. Try taking cover. So a big part of the planning in this game is running in such a way that the opponent's shots will usually miss you or be blocked by terrain or buildings or whatever. But your main method of defending yourself is by either using shields, which they're a really cool mechanic and I like them a lot, or moving out of the way of shit. And this gets into being a whole thing. I hope this turns out to be as fun a playthrough for y'all to watch, because this is insanely fun to play. I just hope it ends up being as fun to watch. I will do my best to make it fun to watch.
If things go to hell, set self-destruct and punch out, so they can't salvage our prototype. Whatever happens,
all right.
let's meet at evac point R09.
So now we get 3 units. We're going to start learning about multiple unit management. Got to protect the town, got to use what we got to do it. So, we've got this unit with a shotgun and shield. This unit with an assault rifle and an SMG. This is very quick. And we got this unit with a heavy beam cannon and a handgun. Now, beam cannons are very powerful, and they do not give a fuck. So wherever I target the beam cannon, that is where the aim is going to be. So I think if I target here, like the way beam cannons work is they create a solid beam, and if anything moves through that beam, or see, my beam is going to track him as he goes down, I can slice the beam through other stuff. Now, that guy is 100% going to die. These guys are going to come down here, and it looks like they're just going to fire on buildings. So I'm actually going to retarget that attack, and I'm going to destroy the tank. Since we're within range, we're just going to destroy that tank before it gets the chance to fire on a building. Because we've got to protect them peopleses. And then on this side, our shotgun and shield. Let's move up. Let's move up and protect from that shot. So I want to be in that firing line, which I think there is good. Yeah, see? Okay, so the line goes dotted during that attack. So that shows that I'm obstructing that firing cone. And then we're going to raise the shield. Right when that attack starts, just a second before. So if we raise the shield here, And then we're going to face towards this guy. So we're going to run up here, stop, raise our shield, and block that shot. This guy, we're going to move. We're going to move right up. We're going to move right up to his far side. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to move right up here. And you can see movement is quicker because more tiles is less time. So we're going to run over here. And when we get to about there, we're going to open up with the assault rifle. Stack 2 sets of attacks. Now, we don't have to worry about heat yet, but certain actions will generate heat later in the game. A couple of the buildings are going to get hit, but we can't really avoid that right now. Beam cannon just carving that tank to pieces. We blocked the shot. The shield took the hit. And we can replay that too. So we run up here. Bring up the shield. Shield the hit. Open fire. We destroyed that mech. This was a good day. Alright. Next phase plan. So what we can do here... So they're gonna cross over. So, alright. I'll show you about what I mean about the beam cannon. So if we start firing right at that guy, we're going to fire. This guy's going to cross in front and take some damage too. This guy, we're going to fire when he's about there. That guy's going to be at his spot earlier. So him we're going to fire at there. Now, it's just outside our optimal range. Okay, so we can move up a little bit. To see, I can put the I can put that tank in my optimal. See, that tank is now going to collide with me. But that's not always the worst thing in the world. And then we can move that attack. We can see if he's further away, we do less. So as soon as he's in optimal range, which is right about there. Right about there. So we're going to take that shot. But then the other tank is going to fire at us. So what I could do instead is just stand here, shield up when that shot comes in, like right there. So we're going to stand still, take the shot with our shield, and then fire back when he's in close range. I can almost get 2 shots out of that. I actually can if I overlap them slightly. So we'll do that, and then we'll stack another shot. It will bleed a little bit of that through into the next turn, too. And then this guy... Are you being targeted? You are. So let's just open fire right off the bat. Around about here is where I want to start firing at you. So when you get here... I mean, I'm going to take the shot anyway. And then let's make sure... Let's split some damage up. And then let's take our submachine gun. And let's fire at this guy. See if we can put some damage in there. So we're going to stand there, submachine gun. and then switch targets and start spraying damage across the other side while the beam cannon does its work. Alright, here we go. Laser times. There you go. There you go. A well-executed plan. Took them all out.
Almost at the cliff.
Alright, now we're gonna get the fuck out of town. Because fuck protected civilians. We just need to jump off of cliffs. The civilians will figure it out.
Into the forest.
I'm sure, probably. We go hide in the forest.
If anyone can hear me, we have people counting on us to retake what they've taken.
So we took
from
out all
us.
the enemies, but
Even if we are the last ones
as
left.
far as the storyline goes, we took out all the enemies, but they have occupied our lands. They have taken our homes. And blown up a bunch of our lovely red idyllic houses. They have threatened our children's. They have caused them to fall off of bicycles, which I'm pretty sure is a war crime. But luckily, we're there to save them. No children's is gonna die on my watch. Not while I've got this extremely large reactive armor shield.
I can only hold this for 5 more seconds.
One turn. Beam cannon. And he's just gonna scrape it down the line. Cutting them in half.
Threads are converging. There's nothing more we can do here.
Is it finally time for some shut-eye?
Well, damn.
No. Not today.
So that is it. We have lost our country to the hostile forces. Where does one go from here? What happens when the start of the game is the end of the war?
What was happening? It was too late. We were at war.
They hit us fast.
The border towns and cities were hit first. Communications cut, and residents chased from their homes. In their place,
More and
they
more of
erected
that map is
military
going red.
outposts that still watch us to this day.
And then they just built military outposts on all of our delightful little villages.
And for a while,
Like a bunch
we
of
held down the
bastards.
capital. But we were outmaneuvered and outnumbered, outgunned.
Yep. We never stood a chance, man.
Those of us who didn't surrender had to escape.
But we escaped.
For years, the government has
Operating in exile.
Along with the Home Guard, the remaining remnants of our country's military. They have been fighting tirelessly against impossible odds.
Ah.
They can't do
A
it
good old-fashioned guerrilla war.
We answer to no one, nothing but the call. And now, after years of training,
Preparing, and waiting. When your homeland is in danger,
is coming home.
that gets stressful. But yes, the Phantom Brigade is coming home. Let's read for a second. Welcome home, Brigade. You peer out at the vast stretch of land before you, your home now a battleground. It is as familiar as an old friend with its deceptively quiet mountains and fields. At your back, your crew awaits your orders. You need supplies, parts, and a place to bunker down. A pilot points to a spot on the map directly ahead of you. Felheim Base, which once belonged to the homeland in the days before the war. It will belong to you again. And then we have our objectives. So we have like our world map screen with kind of like a real-time management thing to it. And then we can set our destination and start moving our base. Just stomping around in our little mechs. We're going to stomp over to Felheim Base and take it over. And this is a big old map. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of country to retake. So I hope you come with me on this journey as we liberate our homeland in the name of righteousness, freedom, and justice. I have been Cade. This will be Phantom Brigade. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.